So what do you think? You got PayPal, voice, content, drug distribution. Where do you think they take share this year, next year?
We're firm believers it's healthcare. I mean, if you look, just like we thought grocery and obviously Whole Foods is what they did there, I think that's the natural, logical step here, just given the cross-sell opportunities, the distribution into the consumer landscape, that adds another $600 to $800 billion market opportunity. I think they started with partnering with Express Scripts and some of these potentially drug makers, but ultimately I think that's where they look to acquire, similar as Whole Foods in terms of how they, went into groceries. And part of it for Amazon right now is that they got to look to put a further ring fence around that consumer market. Competition coming from all sides. They're firmly, entrenched as sort of the emperor here. But now this is the opportunity to double down. And when I look at pharmacy and healthcare, that's sort of our bet that they make. And I think, look, the CVS that, they heard the footsteps of Bezos, and I think it speaks to that.
Troy, you mentioned that one of the biggest risks out there to tech is changing of the political winds. Yep. And probably of all the companies that would be most in the sight of regulators and politicians, Amazon would be number one because it's in so many industries, because Jeff Bezos is so rich, because we associate Main Street towns with physical retailers, all kinds of reasons to theoretically dislike them. But how concerned I mean, ultimately, is this like a tail risk? Or is this something that, like, in the next couple of years, some real changes could come out of D.C. that would change their business model?
Well, we're not predicting anything. All we're saying is from a standpoint of a crowded trade, if you do get a change in Washington where they start taking a harder look at antitrust applications. I mean, look at what happened with the AT&T potential merger. Where no one thought there'd be an issue there, and suddenly there was. It's just something for investors to be aware of, that when you have a crowded position with great fundamentals, no doubt about it, but you do get a major shift. And it's not just from the right, it's also from the left, right? Everyone likes to focus on Trump beating up on Bezos, but on the left side of the aisle, they all have legitimate concerns about what Amazon's doing to middle America.